Today's adventure is off to the Mother Albania statue, which is a war memorial to martyrs, and on Google says it's 41 minutes. We know that's BS because it's 10 to 15 minutes past a place that took us 35 minutes to get to the other day. So apparently the 41 minutes is if you walk like an American. We'll see. But starting off, this is the neighborhood that we're in here in Saranda. That's Corfu over there across the water. Okay, and apparently rather than walking along the waterfront promenade, she's announced, let's go that way, which is up the hill. Fortunately, it's a short hill, and then it's flat after that. So that direction goes back down towards the waterfront. We got a little communal gathering area here. We decided to explore around to the left because we haven't been up that way at all. And we've been here a full week now, and we've hardly explored anything except just the promenade and one little section of downtown. We're gonna get some steps in today though, doggone it. Okay, apparently now we're gonna go down the stairs back towards the water. But we did learn, walking along that street, that the solution to most of our grocery challenges as far as finding a butcher shop and a bakery are go up the hill away from the water a block and a half, and you know, there's 2 butchers on the opposite ends of a block and 2 bakeries within a couple 100 yards of each other. So that's a thing we learned today. And when I say down the steps, it's a lot of steps. And then we're back down to the street we would have been on if we hadn't gone up the street, up the hill, up that hill. And then below Mirat Hosha on the way down, there's another set of steps. So we love steps, right?
A lot of steps.
A lot of steps. We love stairs. And the ferry terminal is right there. Okay, and now we're down to the beach. And the promenade.
It's an annual.
It's an annual, really? Not a perennial? So they have...
Perennial, but in the States, I don't think it doesn't overwinter that well. At least not Oregon.
Okay, well, winter here is maybe not quite as brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just guessing from the palm trees that winter is not a really, really wicked cold season here. And on the Saranda Embankment, we have this old pile of no context bricks and concrete. There used to be a placard on the other side, but it's been broken off. And then you've got a street full of shops and hotels and such up there. And also scattered along the promenade are any number of statues and these sorts of things. And nice low walls for sitting. Because just sitting and watching it's a thing. Going, and then we'll guess during the season this fountain's probably running. Pretty cool. Spitting fish there. And then we have these 3 guys. Heroes of the people. Marina for boat tours. More boat tours and adventures over on this side. And the Davy Jones boat there. And the other Davy Jones boat. And then these pillars. And a seahorse there. A couple of dolphins there. Another seashell, ammonite, I think. Another boat with a fancy stern. Assume that's a wave. And a freestyle wave. And then who knows what. And the plaque telling us about it. Rock and blues and an Irish pub, so apparently they expect Americans here in the season. We've actually heard more Americans here in Saranda than we did in Pogodates or Durrës, either one. Even in the popular restaurants like in Pogodates along the lakefront, we very seldom heard other Americans, and that's okay. Okay, so now we're going to get off the promenade a little bit. She said there's a fast food place up here that had decent reviews on Google, so it's worth a shot. And she's been suckered in, stopped to look at the shiny pretties.
Just seeing the old.
Yeah, an old wall down there, sort of right in the middle of, so we're just barely above the promenade. And this is just carved out of the hillside. If you're coming from above the memorial, then you have this little bitty gate here. And that brings you out into the plaza. Coming from the town center or the promenade, it's a shorter walk if you come up Varrezat Hederi. You can see the monument, or at least part of the monument. And we've made a little bit of climb. And we get to make more climb. Because we love stairs, don't we? So much. So this is the lower entrance to the memorial, and there's paths left and right that go around the outside, and then there's paths left and right that get you started on a kind of a switchback trail up through the rows of crypts. The Martyrs Cemetery and Memorial here at Saranda is labeled as Mother Albania on Google Maps, but that's not really accurate. The Mother Albania statue is in Tirana, also in a martyr cemetery, where as many as 28,000 World War II partisans and resistance fighters are interred. The history of Albania's World War II involvement is complex, as the country was invaded by Italian fascist forces in 1939, then became Nazi-occupied territory in 1943. Meanwhile, the loyalties of most Albanian citizens were to their own homeland, and much of the war effort was resistance of the occupying forces. 6 months before the Allies were able to declare victory in Europe, Albanian partisans had managed to defeat the German occupiers and regain control of their own country again. The Martyrs Cemetery and Memorial is a good place for quiet reflection. It's also a good place to contemplate the turbulent 20th century history of this beautiful country. And this is definitely a place of, as they say, quiet contemplation. There's benches along the sides here, and it's just a very sort of serene environment. But there are these paths along the outside on both sides, or there's a winding switchback trail that goes up through the crypts. While you're walking around, definitely mind your step, because drop-offs and holes in the sidewalk are a very real thing. Places where there should be utility covers, they're broken or missing, and you got little stuff like that.
Hi, we're Jeff and Sandra, American expats and nomads, living abroad, on a budget, one country at a time.
About that. Okay, so
That works.
if I shoot down, I just get a crick in my neck. But
Yeah,
so
yep.